Hi. You are welcome to Nesteli. Thank you so much for coming. I am so excited about this book today. I don't know why I'm telling you that, but I am so excited. The book is called Nearly All the Men in Lagos Are Mad. So, if this is your first time, I am Nez. Welcome to Nesteli. We talk about books here, looking for ways to inspire you to read, create new ideas, and just really share whatever it is that we find here. So, if this is your first time, don't forget to subscribe and like this video so that more people can know about it. And please leave a comment below and let me know if you've read this book, or if you live in Lagos, or you met a Lagos person that is mad. See, I feel like it's hard to be in Lagos without being mad. Can I point that out? A disclaimer, let me defend the Lagos people before we start talking about the Lagos men that are apparently mad. Anyway, the book is written by Damilare Kuku. Damilare Kuku. And is a collection of 12 stories about different women experiencing men in Lagos. And I have like two favorites I'm going to share with you. Number one is international relations. Oh boy, international relations made me laugh. I laughed so hard. And this book is such let's say it's a conversation starter. Like at this point, even though I finished it in a space of one day, and that I consider a record in my own life, everywhere you go to with this book, people will ask you questions, especially if they've not read it before. As a matter of fact, it was a guy that told a friend of mine, and the friend called me to be like, Ada, have you read this book? Since you're the book person, I was like, I said, how could you have not read this book? Like, everybody's talking about it. Every man is talking about it. Men are reading this book so that they can defend themselves or just to know what men are doing. I don't know. Anyway, so international relations is a girl. What was her name? I've forgotten her name. Is a young lady who decided that she was tired of the Lagos people are mad. Like, I feel like her story easily inspired the cover name. That's the name of the whole book. She's like, all these Lagos people are mad. I can't deal with Lagos men anymore. That she's going to go and find an Oyibo. Now, if you're not Nigerian, I don't know what Oyibo is. Oyibo is what we locally use to refer to foreigners, actually white foreigners. But the thing with Nigeria, or the way we look at foreigners, people that are not similar skin with us, is considered Oyibo. It doesn't actually matter whether the person is like white. I know in the world, you say that, okay, someone is English, is Italian, is French, then that means the person is white. For Nigeria, we don't care, honestly. As long as your color is not as melanated as this, you're considered Oyibo. Anyway, so she said, okay, she wants to go and start dating Oyibo people. And her friend had told her that there are different places in Lagos if you want to go and find Oyibo. And the girl, every weekend, she'll go to one supermarket and be browsing around the supermarket. Say, a lot of Oyibo people are here. But the thing is that it was interesting because a lot of them were like some Arabs, just and some Indians. But for her, it was like, what? I'm looking for Oyibo person, so she was just there. And I think what made this very funny was that she had a list, first of all, of what she did not want. She said the person must not be younger than her. The person must not be someone that doesn't have money, But the thing is that as she was talking about these things, she came up with reasons why, that she was explaining the reasons why this person will not work, because maybe one particular person she dated did this to her after, that kind of thing. So it's like, I don't know, the whole thing was just very funny, you get. So it's like, it took her about 7 weeks, I kid you not, like week 7 of every weekend, she'll carry her friends, they'll go to one place, like I said, a place where you people eat here, or you sit down, they start eating. And the particular time they actually went to I think it was a restaurant, and they found out that, I think her friend had told her, there are plenty of people in this restaurant, come, let's go. And she went to the restaurant, she was like, I don't understand, there are a lot of Lebanese here. The guy like, that is not Oyibo. So like, I beg, Lebanese is not Oyibo. They were speaking to Yoruba, though. They weren't speaking to English. So the assumption was that Lebanese people were not hearing. So it's like, I don't know, it was just a very funny story. They said that day I was arguing, is he Oyibo? He's not Oyibo, Jare. He's not the real one. She was Oyibo. She was a European guy, Eventually, she found one, somehow, I think from work, after plenty. So what you're looking for in Sokoto is inside your Sokoto. Eventually, she happened to be doing work with one guy, and the guy happened to be, I think, Russian. So she did find her Oyibo guy. But then even that was... the story was funny. Anyway, there are 12 different stories talking about women experiencing men in Lagos. Some of them were actually like people that had married these men and lived with them for a while. Do you understand? So it's like, I think one actually had a story of almost 20, no, not up to, let's say 14 years of marriage. There was a story of the girl a girl at the age of, I think, 18, met her boyfriend, and dated this guy till she was like 32 before she decided to put him out because he was just wilding. He was sleeping around and he was ridiculous. So it was just people experiencing Lagos. What I loved about this book, one thing you would like about this book is that she wasn't class conscious, like economic class conscious. Some of these women are, or some of these men and women are from different economic classes. There was a woman that sold bole. So we talked about her love life with her husband. There was a woman that had real estate abroad. We talked about her and her husband. That's the second story I like, but I'll talk about that in a bit. There was a woman that was able to, that's the woman that had real estate made her money from her husband. So it's like she married into wealth. Then there was a woman that made her own money. You know, she had a long line of supermarkets and was able to do something for herself. That was nice. There was a woman that was even a pastor, just and pastor's wife. So it was like, it was told from the pastor's wife's angle, where somebody had come out to talk about how the pastor had slept with her, and she was like, that's not possible. You know, that kind of thing. So it was her as a PR, internet, everything team trying to see to it that the husband's name or the work of God is not tarnished. And the warping of the mind, really, that is being with this supposed nearly mad Lagos man. I think that most of the people that had been in long relationships with these supposedly mad Lagos people, they all had a very interesting mental situation. Like, it was very weird the way their mind worked. So yeah, that I really liked about the book. So the second story I wanted to tell you about was the rich woman, the woman that had real estate abroad. Yes, this one is about, like, I feel like a lot of us, if you live in Lagos, you've heard a version of this story, even though we don't know whether it is true or not. But it's a lady that had gotten married, like she had really literally walked away from the top, from the bottom. She was from working the streets as a commercial sex worker to somehow landing this extremely rich guy. A few years into her marriage, finds out that the guy is gay, he's homosexual. So we hear a lot of this trend of very rich men who are actually homosexual, but they marry their wives so that they are in right standing in society. Now, if you're not Nigerian, you know that in Nigeria, it's illegal to be gay. So what that means is that a lot of these people hurts the people who love them, because they pretend like they're not gay, marry the lady, and somewhere into their relationship, the lady finds out that I'm with a gay man. Some of them have children, and a lot of them still continue to be promiscuous or still keep their partners. Some of their partners are also married to other people. I don't know if it's that kind of thing. So it's like the lady had her mentor's husband was also a gay person. So that one took her under her wings, and they kind of created a group of women. So it's like a lot of them knew who the men were. So once those men get married, they just take those women under their wings and kind of try to train them on how to manage this horrible ordeal of being married to a man who shouldn't be marrying you. So I liked that one. The one thing I would say that I wasn't crazy about this book with is that when I saw the title, it was giving me, like, you know, dating in Lagos, like, you know, when you just go out and you date men and they are wilding. Do you understand? Because I feel like if I want to talk about nearly all men in Lagos, that is me now. If I want to talk about nearly all men in Lagos are mad, you're talking about some particular people that you just meet and like, this is mad, and you just walk away. But it's like, I think that it starts becoming more about the woman, where the woman is able to stay with this supposed mad person for a very long time. So it now becomes more about how this woman feels slighted, so it isn't, the focus isn't on the men anymore. Does that make any sense? I don't know, maybe it's in my head. Maybe me too. Lagos men have wolfed me. I don't know what's happening, but now I see how. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed, I don't know, watching this video and hearing me talk about this book. Please, if you haven't, go and get it. I got this from Roving Heights. If you follow me on Nestele on TikTok, you know, I talked about how I was able to get this book, and I just want to say a big thank you to Roving Heights one more time. And get it from Roving Heights. It's available on Amazon, and this book is doing very well. The stories are not real, by the way. She said that if anybody claims that the story is their story, it is coincidence. So They are made up stories, which makes sense. Another thing I didn't like, yeah, there were two things I didn't like. The other thing I didn't like was that they all felt almost happily ever after-ish. In some cases, I'm like, in reality, this isn't really the case. I mean, one can only hope, but it was giving happily ever after, non-realistic. Again, like I said, it's supposed to be Lagos has warped me. That's why I cannot understand. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Please like the video and share with your friends. And if you've read this book already or you've heard of it, leave a comment below and let me know what you think. And thanks for stopping by. Bye-bye.